I believe this show working. We're good. We're good. I think. Um, sure, we're forgetting something. In which case, I am sorry. Let's go full screen mode. I think no matter how far in here I get, we're gonna go ahead and be done with this today. We'll see though. The fuck. Um, I've been looking at this. I just don't really like it. I feel like maybe the face is too wide and too short. I think maybe if I make it longer, it might help. I don't really know, but I don't know how to do that at this point. Okay. We'll see how everything turns out, if you will. Oh, we're still on Blendo Dico, huh? Okay. Blendo Dico. It's weird. I feel like this doesn't work for me, but at the same time, I don't know how to do this better. If that makes sense. Which it does. I hate saying that phrase. Sorry. Do, 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 do. Just don't really feel like this works, does it? Maybe something like that, and then try and blend it in. Still doesn't really feel like it's working for me. Okay. Wait, I just realized I'm looking at this image here as like a reference, and I had been, and the bro does kind of have a wide face, which is, I guess, where I got this from. But I'm looking at it, and these shadows don't add up, right? Because his neck shadow here is like the light's coming from. Okay, hold on. His neck shadow has this shadow here. But then his nose shadow is the opposite. So the shadow is going over here, right? It's over here. It should match like mine. Interesting. I don't want to say like that's gotta be AI or anything, because that's definitely a mistake I feel like I could make and just like do the wrong fucking thing, not think about it. So I don't feel like it's that, but I don't know. I feel like it's weird. I will say I see stuff like that all the time. People quite often will do like, I don't want to say like bad shading, but like shading that just to me doesn't really add up, right? Because you should have a general like direction you're coming from. Unless you're supposed to be like on stage or something with stage lighting, so it's like top down from like 3 to 4 different angles. You got something pointing right at you. Okay. You know what? I could make this like a light and... I don't know if we'll make it a light and pass necessarily, but we could. This is definitely a lot lighter than I probably would have picked. I would have picked something a lot more subtle. I feel like this probably should have just been base skin color and the rest should have been whatchamacallit. I think that would have looked a lot cleaner. Feel like it's a little too sharp right around here. I just want it like a little darker or a little lighter. Like I want that slight bit of contrast. I don't really want it to feel like it's actually a different color. I want you to not think about it is the thing. That's what I'd like. Just gonna do a smidge of this on this layer. So, oh, fuck. Sorry. We'll come back and do mouth stuff. You know how it is. I love some mouth stuff. Could go for some right about now. You know what I mean? Mood depressed. I do feel like this guy looking kind of depressed right now, right? I just do that to like all the fucking characters. How do I always make someone just fucked up emotionally? Is it because I'm so fucking depressed? Is that the problem? Is that what we're working with here? Complete and total testicular devastation here. My favorite spell from the D&Ds. Why does it feel like it works for that, but it doesn't feel like it's working for me for this? Am I tripping? Whatever. Go to shade, I guess. Which one's their hair? Is it this? We're gonna deviate quite a bit, I'd say. Wait, have I been using... I've been using the wrong fucking color, huh? I've been using the hair tone, the hair shade for the shadow instead of... Because they look fucking identical. Instead of this, I've been using the hair. Oh, fuck, dude. Jesus Christ. Let's just see how this looks real quick. It's so fucking pink. I think I used the right one for that, right? Or did I? Well, fuck it. I feel like it's kind of too late to go back and change a lot of this. So we're just going to kind of like merge it and pray. You know how it is. Eat, pray, love. Looks like she got he's, fuck. I don't know how to speak. I'm freaking out. Looks like he's got a shiner. Also, why is it called a shiner? That's the phrase, right? That's the right thing? Or am I tripping? You know, I was feeling like it felt like a bit too off of a color for this. Didn't I say, like, this is too dark? And it turns out it was, in fact, too dark. And that's all on me. It's alright, we can overcome the hardship that is not a big deal. If anything, it probably adds to it. Because it definitely needed a little more dimension than just, like, 3 colors. Let's go ahead and increase this just a smidge. Just to, like, get it blent in there. Get blends up. Kind of feels like it made it a lot less dramatic. But it definitely feels like weirdly rosy now. Like, I don't know if I really like this. To be fair, I didn't really like it before. I felt like I'm just not doing it justice. We kind of knew something like this might happen because I kept saying the colors are almost fucking identical. They're too close. They're too close. We knew it. We knew it was going to happen at some point. All right? I feel like my phone's going off because that's the second time and it really should have only been the first. No, I'm not going to make an offer on a Pokemon card. What the fuck do you want from me, eBay? I don't buy Pokemon cards. I have Pokemon cards. What if I wanted to break? The depression has reached us. So that means we want this. I feel like I might have actually picked this. Maybe not. This was supposed to be in the lighten one, but you know what? Fuck it. What's a little layering with the boys, you know? You know what? I feel like he's looking two different directions. And bro's fucking looking over here and over there. He's I'm sorry, bro. You get what you get. Alright, let's get back to maybe doing the hair. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Let's do the time warp tonight. Okay. Alright, so part of that actually should probably be light, right? God, I hate this palette so fucking much. It's so stupid. They're too close. It's ruining my day. This Saturn energy is ruining my vibe. Bro, who the fuck are you? Okay. Alright. It's fine. It's cool. You can say that we are nothing, but I know the truth. Guess I'm the fool. I don't even know if that's the right color at this point. This shit is fucking driving me insane. I don't know the colors at all. Alright, Mr. Gubenschwartz. That is your real name. Okay. Kind of want to give it the feeling that the hair's all like coming to maybe this point here. I don't know if we can really pull that off, but that's the goal. So we'll get that going. This is gonna fuck with it quite a bit, but we're gonna come back through and like realign things. This was to just kind of try and get like some coloration so that it's not feeling like super flat. And then we'll come back in and like actually give it some structure. All right. Actually, not even sure if it needs it. It kind of looks decent like this, and I'm lazy, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. It looks terrible up close. I'll give me that. All right, broski. Do-do-do. I wonder if it would be easier to start the hair by just like drawing from a point. Can I like blend? Oh, sorry. Can I just like blend that in and not worry about that for a sec? And then like, you know? Okay. I don't know which one of those is the fucking hair because, you know? So let's keep her going. Do 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 do. Okay. All right. I think maybe we hit a little blend like right about here so it's a little more seamless rather. And we decreaso dicko the size of our blendo dicko. And we try and like maybe make this a little cleaner feeling somehow. Instead of making it feel like I just drew two lines next to each other. Which may or may not in fact be what I actually did, but I just don't want like those drastic differences. I feel like that's where I really start to not like what I'm looking at. I think that's why I might overuse blend tool. Like when it's very much like a noticeable difference in the seam between colors, that's when I'm like, oh fuck it, and I just like go overboard. I feel like I need to relax a little bit with this. I need to break those harsh seams without like going as in deep as I have been, so that, you know, we don't have the, like I said, the sort of like just cut off of color, but it doesn't start to just kind of blend and become blurry, kind of like it's looking like a watercolor or something painting. All right. I think we gotta stand. It's my back. You know, it's funny. I woke up this morning. I was like, oh, my back doesn't hurt. And then, like, as it got closer to time to stream, it just started stiffening up. Okay. Okay. I don't know which color's which. Thank you, original palette creator. I'm just gonna switch to this real quick. Maybe a little lower. There we go. So we got one in each eye and now one in the hair. We really got to remember to put these in. Let's go ahead and save because I feel like we've somehow done something here. All right. I'm going to go with a detail layer for the tufts. So do they, hold on. Do they have any? So they don't have any of that on their feathers. So maybe we make it up. Not so much a diamond as it was supposed to be like almost what is the thing from like the Saint logo? It's like partially a spade or something. But like a diamond on bottom here is what I was going for. I don't know. I just didn't want it to be super flat feeling. And that's honestly the impression that I was feeling from them. Can I zoom in, please? Thank you. So the goal here is to try and get something going. Okay. What are the odds? We can't do that one. Didn't think about that. Okay. Fantastic. And then this, I have to kind of cheese for a second here. Paint bucket. Good old paint bucket tool, dude. Whoa, mama. This is just so that I feel like just having bands on it, you know, like those things that are on the wings here. I feel like just having these wouldn't really look that great to me. So I wanted something that would be like kind of visually striking without taking away too much and too much space. And I didn't really even want it to be particularly complicated. So I feel like this is a good little compromise, hopefully. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. How do I just like separate my spinal column? You know what I mean? Just a little decompression without the sickness. Do we add a band too? I feel like it's really plain on the bottom. I feel like adding the band might help us a little bit. Once again, I know that their original doesn't have anything on these, but I just think this will look cool as fuck. Where are the owls? Show me some owls. Yeah, look at their tufts. They got like color to them. See, actually a lot of like diamond patterns, but it's repeating and not just once. This is almost like peacock-esque. Peacockish, if you will. Peacock. I go just like, we're breaking the rules. We're going a little darker. No, let's not. Let's stay. Let's stay. Let's forget it. Forget it. Okay. It would be so much cooler, but it's also more work. Right, so let's get that. Let's get that. Imagine if I had this wireless. It'd be so much easier. What do I do about the fucking jacket, though? That thing is gonna be hard. I was hoping to be done with it by today, but the more I think about that jacket, I just don't know how I'm gonna fucking do it. So I'm kinda worried. Okay. Guess we'll send it to bro whenever we're done. I don't, like I said, there might be one more day or something. I don't know. I just don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. I feel like what's most likely gonna happen is I'm gonna either have just the jacket to do, or maybe the outline to do, and it's gonna feel like, well, do I even really want to do this? Okay. So let's grab this. It's interesting. I think there's an extra color here that isn't on the palette, right? Yep. You motherfucker. God damn it. Okay, it's the outline color. All right. Let's go to shade for this. Do 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 do. Okay. Alright, so let's grab whatever this shading color here is that is in fact not on the list. Little fucker. Okay. Okay. Should be generally pretty fine like this. I don't really think we need a whole lot of shading here. Because this is on the top of the head and it should get a substantial amount of light, one would think. One would hope. Alright. Let's maybe go to Deep Layer real quick and switch to this. And let's just see if we can't, like, maybe add just this. Oh, that's lighter. Okay. Okay. I think we might have to add just, like, a little bit of this darker color that we stole. You have to understand here that, shit didn't work. Oh, fuck, that's right. Can't really merge it with that. Okay, hold on. Undo all of that, then. How do I do this then? Maybe 50% opacity. Go over. And like this, maybe? No, it's too dark. Okay. I think we just have to, like, shrink this and send it. I think that's what we have to do. There we go. Nah, I don't really like that. Or do I? Hold on. Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. Alright. I'm a motherfucking owlboy. How the fuck do I do these? That is, in fact, the real question. Okay. Shrinky dinky. Can I please? Hey, can I zoom in? Thank you. All right. Okay, I think these should be pretty much sealed as they're gonna get. So, never mind. Oh, good news is these are sealed. We just saw them. Bad news is this one isn't. And this is the only spot it could maybe be. So hopefully that's it. Alright, that was it. Alright, let's take a sec. Drink our water. Do a little dance. Try to break our back. Okay. Alright. Zoom in and try and get this done as quickly as we can. It's so fucking hot in here. I feel like I complain a lot. What can I do? Oh, there goes my dog, or my neighbor's dog barking. I wish I had a dog. Just like, I'm not... There's no way I could bring my dog to the office if I had one. So, that's problem number one. I know other people do, but I'm not, you know, high enough rank, I think, if you know what I mean, to get away with it, right? They're like bosses, you know what I mean? Like, if I get caught, I'm probably out of there. If they get caught, it's, well, shit, the show they're working on doesn't run without them, so don't do it again, and they'll do it again, and nothing will happen. But for me, I feel like I'd get the worst of it. I'd just get fucking permanently banned from like a lot or something. Um, but yeah, but I don't think that would work, and I don't really want to leave a dog home alone. I don't like leaving the cat home alone, but at least, you know, I feel like a cat's more capable of caring for itself. Plus, you know, they use litter boxes, and apparently dogs don't. Dogs don't know how. I feel like dogs should be smart enough. They can jump through a fucking flaming hoop, but you can't get a dog to shit in a box? Are you fucking kidding me? Is bro stupid? Okay. Man, I am just getting the worst fucking spots for these, aren't I? Dude, this one's so fucking fat. Oh my god. Ooh. Not pleasant, to say the least. Okay. That'll save us no time whatsoever. That was a waste. Sorry. Hit that, hit that. Well, we undo that apparently. Hit that, hit that. Okay. So where did I fuck up on this one? Did I not draw here, maybe? Did I not draw here? Is that not connected? Alright, it's got to be connected. There's no way it's fucked this time. Alright, we're good enough. Good enough for me. It's good enough for me. Good enough for me. I don't fucking care. Thinking we go wide on like a black line trace over around like the edges. So like normally I'd probably do that in like a 4. I'm thinking maybe an 8, 6 or an 8, and just like really make it thick line kind of cell shade vibey if I can. Feel like that might look kind of cool. My only concern is that that straight cut off of line, that blackness might cut into like the shading efforts we put in, and then like really do exactly what I was talking about earlier, where it creates this super abrupt ending that might not fit. Like it'll feel like a very mismatched style. Okay, so let's go to shade real quick. My goal is going to be to remove like all of the seams with what my my line art over, like my fine line art. There we go. That'll be the goal, so that you know, none of it really feels particularly like unfinished, because there are spots where it doesn't like close perfectly, and I just feel like it would look better if it closed a little nicer, a little cleaner. And that's the kind of the goal. I want it to look cleaner. I think I'm using the wrong color, aren't I? I just realized. That was the inside of the like markings color. Sorry about that. Someone, well, no one's out there watching this shit, but if they were, they would have been very upset at me using that, and they were screaming at the fucking screen. No, don't do it. You're fucking up, you absolute moron. Stop. Okay. This one looks super funny to me, but honestly, it's kind of hilarious at this point, so I'm gonna just leave it. But it does kind of look really awkward, so just thought I'd acknowledge the fact that I know that it's awkward looking. Like, it's a little too bulbous with too small of a little diamond thing, but you know what? That adds character, and I'm lazy. There's that part as well. All right. This is what that color was for. I feel like this should just mostly be darker, because it's kind of mostly in the shade. Okay. Uh-oh. We are on the wrong layer, and we are suffering for it. There we go. Alright, not too terrible. Let's go ahead and save before I cry. My tracking not working? What was that? I didn't even move. Okay. Let's try and figure out this fucking jacket situation, shall we? I just realized we are on 50% still on this, right? Oh, no, we're not. Wait, are we on 50% on this? Huh. Where am I 50%ed? Whatever. It's fine. It's cool. You can say that we are nothing, but I know the truth. Guess I'm the fool. So if I do this... Trying to think of this for a second here. I don't know if copying them makes quite as much sense as I was just feeling it would. I think maybe what I need to do is more like this. Okay. This is kind of tough because these are really like bold colors that I don't really feel like work together that well. Like, how do I explain it? It's too much. It's too much yellow and too much like overall. I know that it's the artist that like just went for this because they have a particular style that's seeming to be very very bold, but like for me, I feel like the bold colors should be an accent or two, and this is like the whole thing is bold. This is like very loud. I'm not saying there's necessarily anything wrong with it. It's just hard for me to work on this because it doesn't feel like something I would normally go for. You know? Okay. I actually think we need a bit of the darker color, like here. We need a bit of the lighter one, like here. Then we need to just kind of blend. This is almost turned like white here, and that's not really the goal. And this has turned too dark compared to the rest. I feel like this should be darker, But like because they're all on the same like gradient, it feels like I'm looking at piss. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work. I need it to be like a shade lighter. I almost feel like this would benefit from just not doing it yet, but I don't feel like I want to do this after like line art. I feel like that doesn't, like the true line art, I feel like that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. What if I just do this? I feel like, okay, it's a little better. It's blended it all pretty well back to like a degree to where I feel maybe I can do a little more work on it. Okay. Feel like it's just not doing what I want right now. I don't know how to get it there either. If I use maybe a bigger color or a bigger brush. So let's get this a little more situated. Let's get this a little more situated. Let's get that a little situated. Get that a little situated. Let's get this right here. All right, so let's blend. I think it still just feels super fucking flat to me. But the color just has like, I don't know if I want to call it depth, but dimension. I don't know. I think part of the problem here. Fuck. Okay. Part of the problem here is we're trying to create dimension without adding too many extra lines. And I just don't think this is going to work for us. I think what I'm going to need to do, start to add some lines. All right. Okay. All right. How does this look? I think part of the problem is I can't make these, well, I could, but I'm trying not to make these like the exact same shade. But that is the actual solution. So instead I'm kind of fucking it up. Right? Like the actual solution is to just use a different color from the same palette here for the inside. instead of trying to like make a bunch of blend colors to like make it work. Right? That's the real solution here. But we're trying to stick to the generally 3-color palette that we were given. And so in doing so, we can't really denote too much of a difference in dimension with certain areas without doing like a lot of blending and shading. But we're trying. Okay. See, now I need this darker again. But doing that is going to make it kind of blotchy looking. Now, a good solve for this would have been to maybe draw lines in different colors. Maybe. Okay. All right. This one's already pretty decent on it, but let's just do like maybe a little more. What? Feels like pink lemonade. The best way I can put this. All right. Let's maybe lighten up real quick. Maybe get a little bit on the neck. What do we think? Could work, right? Okay. Grab this. Go black. Go to 4. Let's make a new... Actually, let's just put it in D. We can do that. No. I'm thinking we just hide Lart for a sec. Okay. Wait, how's a bird's face look? Hold on. Hmm. I feel like I want it to just be this. Do you know what I mean? But it feels really empty. I think I might give up on trying to do this. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how this is going to look with thicker lines, and we're going to go from there. Maybe like a 7. We'll see what it's going to feel like. I feel like there's more to do, and we can do things better, but we are where we're at. I hope that makes sense. Okay. It's interesting. I feel like I kind of want to do this in complementing colors. I think it might look better, but I think that will ruin the aesthetic that I want. Does that make sense? God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to say that phrase. I don't like that phrase. Okay. 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 Feel like this isn't even thick enough. Feel like I needed to do it thicker. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, you know? Okay. I don't like this at all, but we're just sending it, so not really anything I can do at this point. Jesus, dude. Feel like I'm really fucking this up right now, and I don't like it. I almost feel like this needs to be longer. Or thicker, not longer. Man, it's making it worse, I feel like. Isn't it? I feel like it's making it worse. Sit over here for a sec. You know, I feel like my lines have gotten wobblier. I guess it's because I'm not drawing as much as I used to. Right? I mean, that's got to be it. Which, you know, fair. Sucks, but it's fair. And it's on me. I mean, I have to go to the office, so I can't really do it most mornings now. But I should be trying to draw off stream like at night or something more to make up for that fact. So, completely on me. Okay. Oh, man. What did it just do? I don't even think I had my hand on my keyboard for that one. Feel like I need to draw eyebrows, even though they should, in theory, be covered by that hair there. But I don't really know how. So I'm tempted to not. Okay. So let's clear this. Let's go to IDs real quick. Let's pick this color. Okay. So let's do it. Shrink that even more, actually. So we have this coming in. Alright. We'll kind of blend it a little bit around the edges. Let's go ahead and maybe just take whatever we used here. Switch to this. Go real small on it. Kind of like the opposite of what we have for the rest. Do you know what I mean? That way it doesn't just feel like a little caterpillar. And it doesn't feel super out of place. And that one, I feel like should generally be covered. So I think we're good. I will say, I think realistically, I should move everything down and elongate the face. But it is what it is, right? I should have made more rounded eyes too, kind of like an owl. Let's see. I feel like there's something I wanted to do, but I can't think of it. Oh, wait, I know. Okay. Let's make a new one. Save it as a PNG. Okay, select, deselect. All right. So I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking about it. Definitely needs smaller lower eyes and a longer face, right? Because like the eyebrows like almost right up to the hairline, and I feel like that's just too little. Whatchamacallit? Like the head just feels a little squished. Um, the mouth feels lazy, but honestly was kind of harder to do than a regular mouth. And I just kind of wanted it to be like a face shot anyway. You know what I mean? It's like best way I can put it is like a selfie for, social media, right? You're just kind of smiling. But it's like, well, you're clearly alone. So why are you so happy? Um I think a big problem I have here is my lines are just too damn wobbly. They're too wobbly and too inconsistent. Even when I was really trying, you know? right? It gives it like this really unfinished look for me, and I just need to improve that. I think a big part of it is outside of the wobble, there's like some points where I kind of can't draw that far because I'm like too zoomed in. But if I zoom out, I'm like too zoomed, I guess. So if I zoom out, I like lose it a little bit. Right? So what happens is I have to like combine two lines because I can't keep one continuous line going very well. And that ultimately, for me, I feel like is negatively impacting like the line structure. I end up with like these little bumps and like little crosses where intersections, if you will, where it just doesn't feel like it's working. Right? It loses like the smoothness. Doesn't look clean. You can definitely tell where they are. Right, there's another one. Look at this one, Jesus. We try and draw that little... I mean, what do they got for it? It's basically just fucking lines. Doesn't really matter where I put that. Not a big deal. Yeah, the base is a little too short. Head's a little too big. Out of curiosity, could I break that out? I don't really know. Do they have earrings? No. Okay. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just realized we didn't get the fine lines over the ears. Fuck. That means we have to redo background color. That's okay. That's okay. We're back. I actually almost like that it doesn't have it over the ears, but it does have it, or over the tufts, but it does have it over the rest. Um, Okay. Why do these feel a little easier to do than the rest? Is it because I just stopped drawing for a little bit? Is that it? Can I have this back, please? Thank you. Okay. Do 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 do. Why is this so tough? I don't like it. Alright, let's redo this. Should be fine. Then we'll go here. Undo that. Select that. That is not correct, apparently. Select that. Then select that. Okay. So now I should be able to go in here. Actually, I should be able to just do that. No. Select, invert selection. There we go. There we go. That should, no, it doesn't have everything. All right, there's an even easier way to do this. What am I doing? This will ensure everything inside is free of background color if I messed up somewhere. Okay. Bruh. I don't think this will work. Let's just see, though. So if I do something along the lines of this. Hold on. Let's be as careful as we can with it. So let's... Okay. If I do that, then I do this. If I bring it down, I'll have to redo a bunch of shading. We didn't get the line art all the way for some reason. Interesting. You know, I don't I don't think with the current proportions this is gonna work. I think I'd have to redraw the body and the neck to make that work. What I can maybe do overall. Uh-oh. Wait, actually kind of scrunching it up makes it look a lot better. What the fuck? Wait, am I tripping? What the fuck what is happening? All right, hold on. Let's hide this. Am I crazy or does it just look better like this? What the fuck? If I just include that though, won't that? No, it won't. Okay. What if I? All right, there we go. Am Okay, seriously though, am I absolutely just like zooted out of my mind or does that look substantially better? Thinner. How why? Why does this look better to me? Does it is it because it kind of fixes the proportions? It feels weird that that helps so much that I want to just leave it like this. Like this doesn't feel right. Do you know what I'm saying here? Like this doesn't feel like this should be a solution to anything, yet it kind of is. But I feel like it's too simple, right? I felt like there was a problem and I wanted to see how I might be able to solve it. But like the solution is so easy. How can that be? How can it be as simple as just shrinking him? It's not right. Okay, that didn't work for some reason. Wait. Oh, wait. It did. It did work. It did work. Hold on. I'm like, why didn't it work? Wait, actually, hold on. I kind of fuck with that. I actually kind of fuck with it. Hold on. You'll see. You'll see the vision in a second. Okay? All right, select, deselect. No. We want background color. right? And then what if we select in here? And now if I erase, it's not doing anything. All right, perfect. So now we want to do white. Okay, that's not quite what I want. Shoot. Never mind then. Shoot. All right, I think the solution is this. So now we go to here. I think it would be very cool to do this, but it does defeat part of the purpose of this, which is to hide the fact that I came out of the lines in a bunch of spots. So, there bro goes. Or select, deselect. Okay. So, we're looking at it. There's a lot I obviously could have done better. I feel like my proportions were off. They still are off, even with a little bit of editing. Probably shouldn't have stuck to the exact color scheme. I should have been a little more free willing with it. You know what I mean? I think the hair kind of came out decent. A little simple, but it fits the rest of the simple nature of the generally 3-color thing. Should have been more careful about selecting which colors go where. I'm thinking maybe can I add maybe a little more color to the cheeks? I don't know, something like right here maybe. It does feel a little weird, don't it? Don't it? We'll see how this goes. But overall, I feel like it's decent for my low ass skill level. Like, I suck, I know it, so it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen, is it? Is it the worst thing anyone's ever seen? I hope not. Um, I feel like maybe I should have leaned more into the owl nature and gave him quite circular eyes. I think that probably would have been cool. Think that it would have really benefited from that. Also probably could have helped with proportions. Feel like I maybe need to make this just a little bigger. It's not blending that well. Um, where is this color? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe part of it's that this wasn't really something. It's not that I had a problem with doing it. It's just not something I personally chose to do. So maybe it feels like I'm being more critical of it because it's like, well, I didn't want to do this, and now here we are. And I wanted to at least do my best with it, but it just doesn't. I don't know. There's a lot wrong with it. I still feel like maybe I'm just being a little pussy. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. I think for like the shading, definitely could do better at like, well, you know, like I said, if I had just used more colors, I think we could have done a lot better, especially on the jacket here. I feel like the jacket's feeling kind of weird. Um, right here feels kind of weird. What's up with this? Do I have to go through again? I do. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Just hold on. I'm gonna puke. Invert selection. I feel like the eyes are too big. Once again, it's like my major core issues. Proportions, line consistency, and one more thing that I can't remember right now. I think overall it's decent. It's like I'd be mad if I paid for it, but it's like if I'm getting it for free, this is kind of nice, you know? I think if I were to do it again, circular eyes a little closer together. Maybe a little bit longer jawline and a little shorter like jawline, you know what I mean? Like, hold on, let's switch to this because it's more of a pointer. So a little longer here on the sides and a little shorter here. Maybe a little shorter of a neck. I would maybe just redo the whole jacket next time. I don't know. I can, hold on. Maybe, hold on, what if I take this? I know it's not technically part of what we were doing, but we've already gone against it a little. How about I do this real quick? All right. And now, greatly improved, to be honest with you. I'm always honest. I'm not sure why that's a phrase. All it took was fucking sending it. Yeah, definitely gonna have to get better about like our color choices. I know, like I've been saying, I know we tried to keep with like some sort of theme that was sort of pre-provided to us, but I think maybe we stick with what we feel works. I think that's gonna get us better results going forward. Um, Overall, there's a lot wrong with it, but I think I'm gonna call it on this one. I think we can't really do much better without just starting over, which maybe we'll do at some point. Maybe we'll revisit a lot of the stuff we've done in the past. But I think for today, this is the end of this one. So this is Atlas's Owlboy or whatever. If he was expecting anything more than like a headshot, I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to commit to something full body. In terms of next week, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Or next time I stream art. I'm thinking of maybe like that screenshot I was talking about. I think that would be fun. I feel like I like drawing women and more specifically like mystical magical type things most. I feel like it's going to be more cool like the whimsical stuff. I also think I can get away with like not being as accurate, so that might be part of the joy. But I definitely am seeing more than anything I need to get my like lines cleaner. Um and my proportions better. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I can catch you in the next one. I'm gonna get off for the morning. But until then, thanks. Thanks for being here. Bye.